In this episode, I go on my craziest solo mission ever. I will swim to an abandoned Soviet aircraft carrier, where I will spend 24 hours. Inside, I find a jet fighter, many projectiles, and countless interesting rooms. You don't want to miss this one. Hi, I'm Bob, an urban explorer, and with friends I explore the most amazing abandoned places worldwide. In early 2020, my plan was to travel to China with the main mission of exploring the aircraft carrier Minsk, located near Shanghai. However, the start of the pandemic led to the closure of the country, and my trip got cancelled last minute. The Minsk, the second ship of the Kiev-class aircraft carrier, was laid down in Soviet Russia, which is now Ukraine, in 1972. It entered service with the Soviet Navy in 1978. The Minsk does not look like a regular aircraft carrier and is categorized as a heavy aviation cruiser. Despite its limited aircraft capacity, a ski jump ramp instead of a catapult system, and the lack of a full-length flight deck, the Kiev-class carriers marked a significant advancement in Soviet naval aviation capabilities during the Cold War. Around 1990, just before the fall of the Soviet Union, the Minsk faced severe engineering problems, leading to its mothballing. Upgrading and maintaining these carriers became increasingly challenging after the fall of the Soviet Union, eventually resulting in the Minsk being sent for scrapping in South Korea in 1993. However, due to protests from local environmentalists, the ship was sold once again, this time for scrap in China. In 1998, the ship was purchased for around $4.3 million to create a military-themed tourist attraction, saving it from being dismantled. It became the world's first theme park on a real aircraft carrier, opening in 2000 as Minsk World in Shenzhen, and evolving into the Minsk World Military Theme Park by 2006. Over time, it transformed from a theme park into a popular science education and national defense center. After experiencing a decline in visitors, the ship underwent repairs in 2016 and was relocated to its current position in 2017, with plans to reopen as a theme park. Unfortunately, those plans were never realized. With the opening of borders in 2023, I immediately arranged a trip to China. Because the ship is guarded now, I planned this mission with my friends Robin and Charles.
I think 3 or 4 dogs.
Dogs?
Dogs here.
Okay.
Alright?
Are they trained for sound?
Yes, exactly.
And the height of the backside?
The backside is approximately like 2 or 3 meters.
Okay.
Which means if you don't have a ladder or something else, you need to have a strong power.
Yeah.
Otherwise, trust me, that would be really tough.
Where is the guard? Also there.
It's supposed to be here.
Yeah. It's facing the entrance too.
Facing the entrance.
Yeah.
They install new civilian cameras in that area. So they're gonna track your movement.
Yeah. All facing the aircraft carrier.
Exactly.
This mission won't be easy. New security measures are in place, and those who try to go have been spotted and turned over to the police. But I just have to try. Reconversion of the ship starts in a few days, so this might be my only chance. I make a plan and get ready for my craziest solo mission ever. I will try to swim to the ship at night and spend 24 hours inside.
All kinds of stuff, right?
Biggest challenge is getting the stuff in this bag.
Yeah. But you keep this one whenever you return in.
Yeah. Just some extra safety bags.
Wow, so many stuff.
Yeah, it's too much. Too much. Way too much. Getting ready for the big mission. Packing the stuff. It's not really waterproof, but I have to keep it above water. So this will be open. I will use some tape. 3 plastic bins with my stuff in it. Wow. Really heavy. I hope I'm not gonna drown. So thanks to Robin, I got this thing.
Wow.
Saves a little, right?
My pleasure. All right.
Time to go to the Minsk. Robin and Charles take me on a ferry, and we witness a beautiful sunset. really nice there. We're gonna try these. These are meat dumplings. After having some delicious food, I take a cab to my final destination. The mission started. No more turning back, and the adrenaline rushes in. I have to walk 3 kilometers, about 2 miles. There she is in the distance. What the hell am I doing? Oh well, came to China with a mission, right? To find my way through high bushes. From this point, I need to be really careful. I need to walk close by one of the security stations without being heard by the dogs. I put away my camera to fully focus. The first obstacle succeeded. Now the most scary part has to be done. Swim with a heavy backpack. For now this is my only concern, as I never swam with a really heavy backpack on. I also need to be fast, since cameras and lights are pointing at the ship. Putting tape on the back. It's not 100% waterproof. Let's say 95. Oh my god, I hope it will float, otherwise all the gear will be broken. So far so good. Just gonna relax for a second. Water is pretty hot. That's good. I think outside it's maybe 13, 14, 15 degrees max. Most important is to get the bag on first. Alright, let's go. Oh shit. And that was the rope which broke. Fuck. I hope nobody hurt me. I keep calm for a few minutes and try again. Luckily, there's another rope. Can't believe it. Made it to the Minsk. Oh my god. I just lost my tripod, but oh well. I'll buy a new one. So I made it inside. The bag got full of water, I believe, but the camera is still dry. Oh my god. What a mission. Wow. I entered the ship at the hangar and am welcomed by a MiG-23. This aircraft was not intended for the ship because it did not have the right takeoff and landing requirements. The designated aircraft for the ship were the Yak-38 Forager jump jets, capable of executing takeoffs with a combination of vertical and short takeoff using a ski jump launch. Additionally, the ship accommodated a fleet of Kamov Ka-25, 27 and 29 helicopters. The MiG-23 was a fast and agile Soviet fighter plane with wings that could change shape. It was used by different countries during the Cold War for tasks in both air-to-air and drone attack missions. Enjoying my channel? Elevate your experience by diving into the captivating world of my new book. Discover 256 pages filled with stunning pictures, stories and information of abandoned military installations, ships and other extraordinary locations worldwide. See the adventures behind some photos with QR codes and explore places not available online. Click the link in the description for more details. Time to find a sleeping spot. I quickly take a look on the deck too, since it will be too risky during the day. In contrast to regular aircraft carriers, the Minsk was equipped with numerous weapon systems.
So I walked on a ship for a bit, and it's a real maze, and I'm pretty tired. And this room is the best I could find. The problem is upstairs there has been a fire, so that means it smells and everything is really dirty. Let me find if I can find some sheets. Dirty. Oh my god, it's all dirty. Oh. Well, let's grab those so I can sleep on this. Try to clean it a little bit from dust. It's really dirty, but yeah, I couldn't find any better. Plastic bags are drying. Some got holes in it, don't ask me how. So on my way to the Minsk, it was raining, so everything got wet. Hopefully it's dry tomorrow. This turned on while I was hiking to the Minsk, so the battery is empty. Sucks. The power bank has some issues, but... Cheers, guys. Chilling a bit here. Drink one beer, then go to bed. It's convenient. You can lock the door. Great. Yeah, they still can force the door, but feels a little bit more safe. Good morning. It's 8 o'clock. I think I slept 2 hours. It's pretty cold. And I couldn't bring any sleeping gear because I had limited baggage. And I can tell you it's a really crazy experience to stay on a ship alone. I even got spooked a few times by my own reflection and lights. So yeah, that's different when you're exploring with two.
A week later, when I returned for pictures, I was less fortunate. Edwin, who was with me that time, woke me up when people walked right past the room where we were sleeping and started a conversation close by. We managed to sneak to a lower deck. Reconstruction started and even lights got turned on. We had to stay hidden for a long time. Luckily, this is not the case today, so let's explore. The Minsk houses many real but disarmed projectiles. This is the P-15 Termit, or NATO codename SSN-2 anti-ship missile, developed by Soviet Russia in the 1950s. It has a high explosive load of 454 kilo, 1,200 pounds. Displayed here is a Russian-made 53-65 torpedo, designed to destroy surface ships. The Type 53 torpedo is carried by almost all Russian submarines. Torpedoes were launched from 10 torpedo tubes on this ship. Here is the SS-N-12 long-range ship-to-ship missile depot, the largest depot on the ship where 24 missiles were stored. These missiles were especially for enemy aircraft carriers. I enter the Combat Information Center, the tactical center of the ship. In the Minsk, this part was huge and covered several rooms. A big part of the ship has been remodeled when it became a tourist attraction. but later on I will explore some areas which are still in its original state. This is an example of a room which is still in its original state. Here's the bridge or wheelhouse where you could find the captain, navigation department chief, steerman, marine engineer, signal observer, radarman and anchor operator. From here I have a good look on the surrounding. This is one of the security booths. Next to the bridge is the observation communication room, equipped with instruments for collecting information provided by pilots, radar systems and other naval vessels. It's the most confidential part of the ship. This was probably the chart room, located directly below the bridge. Unfortunately, it's completely stripped. Perhaps the ship got saved after scrapping already had started. I head back down to the museum part. Many valuable items have been stolen during the time the ship was not guarded, including guns and other Soviet relics. The spaces inside the Minsk seem endless. Nothing. I still hope to find some guns. This part of the ship hosts the aircraft scale model exhibition, with scale models of aircraft carriers from various countries. I explored living quarters, medical center and some other rooms, which I believe are not original but reconstructed. Since there was a fire in this part, it's in a bad shape. Here's the M11 Storm, NATO codenamed SAN-3 Goblet Long-Range Air Missile Depot, with armor plate protection and equipped with 2 loaders and 48 missiles. It was a Russian naval surface-to-air missile and only deployed on ships, but was never used in combat. I climb inside for a closer look. Well, that's disappointing. In contrast to many other projectiles on the ship, these are fake. But hey, let's be honest, it's a really cool sight how this missile depot looks like, filled with these missiles. Here's one of the two loaders, which transported the missiles to the upper deck. We arrive at the next depot. In this armor depot they stored the 76mm shells for the naval gun AK-726. You can find one gun near the bow and one near the stern. Here you have both real and wooden fake shells to fill up the empty spaces. This is the shell hoist, which transported the shells to the upper floor. I climbed the stairs to see how it looks like. Here's another supersonic cruise missile, the P-500 Basalt, NATO codename SSN-12 Sandbox, which could carry a high explosive or nuclear warhead.
Quick break. I've seen quite a part of the ship. Before it gets dark again, I have to find all the places which have windows, because it's nice to have natural light. And it's less obvious, of course, to get caught. And then in the evening, I'm gonna find my way down in the engine room, so it's gonna be cool.
The ship is a real maze, and some areas seem to be only accessible from the flight deck. But the guards don't go inside their shed. Luckily, they are busy with their own thing, so I take my chances and try some doors. I end up in a bar. It's time to venture inside some other non-touristic parts. Some of them are still in original state, while other parts have been heavily stripped. This seems to be another 76mm shell depot for the other naval turret. It looks less fancy than the other one, but it's still impressive to see. As you could see in other Chinese episodes, some companies had their own military department, so did the Minsk. Here you can see the gun racks. Here's the closest department for the staff and for the shows. This is the Aviation Control Center. Here they oversee and coordinate the movements of aircraft on the flight deck. What's remarkable is that you can find quite some Western equipment on this ship. Here is another security booth. I scale a ladder at the aviation control center and end up in another cool part. I am back at the hangar, the part where I entered the ship yesterday. From a higher deck, I look into the engine room. It's in a really bad shape and looks pretty dangerous too. Let's see if it's doable to get there. This is the engine control room. In this place I was hidden for workers, who suddenly appeared on the ship when I returned for pictures. I venture further on the lower decks to find some interesting rooms. But because of a strange smell, I didn't feel comfortable going in without proper equipment. I expected the rooms to be in original state on the lower decks, but many rooms were turned into utility rooms when the ship got reconverted. From here, the ship is in a terrible condition, and also the floors have many holes and they don't feel safe. I proceed with caution. It goes even deeper. It's insane. Everything is wrecked, and I decide not to risk my life to see what's left of the engine room, since I'm totally alone here. Well, that's the end of an amazing day, an unforgettable experience. As you can see, it's getting dark. And then I have to wait for the right timing to go out again. So yeah, I only have to get back for pictures. It's not really a punishment, right? So I'm packing and I found this in a drawer. Lots of plastic bags, which is pretty convenient, so I can pack every product individually. I had a really nice day. Thanks, man. That will do. After packing my stuff, I go to the perfect spot to keep an eye on the surrounding. But there is a lot of activity going on. It turned out I had to wait for a few more hours for the perfect timing to go out unnoticed.
The guard is leaving. Perfect moment.
Everything went smooth. I changed my clothes and walked back to civilization. Well, maybe I should return to the Minsk. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment and thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Some more epic adventures are waiting to be published. Oh, and don't forget to check my books.